It's wonderful to see you. And we have Maria Claudia from Miami.
Hello.
And of course, our esteemed trainer and fearless leader, Mr. Dave Beal.
Hey, everybody. Great to see you.
All right, so we're really happy that you all are here. And if you would kindly sign in to the chat with your name and where you're coming from. And we'd also like you to share in the chat, how are you, what's one of the biggest challenges that you're facing this year? Matt, can you, let's keep it on gallery. What are some of the main challenges that you're facing? It can be an emotion that's really coming up for you at the beginning of the school year. We'd love to hear from you. How are you doing? What are some of the challenges that you're facing, either already or that you can anticipate facing this year? And you can write in the chat, but if you would like to open your mic, feel free to. We've got Sabine from Germany. Beth from New York. We're so excited to become more and more global. It's really touching to see that we can expand now all around the globe. All right. Hi, Julie from Philadelphia. Awesome. So teaching in a physical space after being virtual for 1 year with so many changes. I hear that. We kind of got used to the virtual space a little bit, right? And now we have to readjust. I really appreciate you saying that. Thank you so much, Julie. Maria Claudia, you want to read some of these out? Oh. Rixa says, the biggest challenge I've faced is still that I'm facing the loss of your grandmother. Yeah. So thank you for sharing that, because loss is something that we're all really impacted, especially through the pandemic, right? Thank you so much. Our condolences to you and your family, Rixa. Regaining steam in the classroom from Elizabeth. Yeah, trying to help us all feel more comfortable. And we hope that by what we do tonight, that you will be able to feel more comfortable with the tools that we give you. And of course, you have so much of your own wisdom that you can use as we move forward through the school year. So let's enter this training tonight, really trusting our brains, trusting our heart. Helping kids get back to the in-person world. So Taryn, what's one thing that comes to your mind about going back into the in-person world for your students?
I think social skills is going to be a really big thing for them. So many of them didn't even come back to hybrid. So just getting back to the routines of school and learning how to play together and be with each other again is going to be a big one.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. These are so helpful to hear back from you guys. And Sharon's in Los Angeles, retired educator interested in hearing more about your program. Oh, wow, you're living in Costa Rica part-time. Cool. All right, so please enjoy reading more of the amazing, brilliant sharings from the chat. Thank you all for participating. And if you're just joining us, please sign into the chat with your name and where you're coming from. And some of the challenges, one, or maybe you have multiple challenges that you can anticipate or you're already facing this year. We'd love to hear from you, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen really now. Let's see. Go back, hold on one moment. All right, here we go. And you'll already see my entire program. All right. Oops, sorry guys. There we go. All right, so sorry about that. So welcome to our webinar tonight. Our webinar is entitled Embracing Challenges and Cultivating Joy. So we're going to do a little bit of introduction to brain power, and then we'll invite Dave to go deeper with us in terms of discussing emotional wellness and some neuroplasticity, and do some exercise with self-care, specifically for embracing challenges. How do we face those? And then we'll share some upcoming training opportunities with you at the end. So hopefully that sounds like it's meeting your expectations for the evening. And the first thing I want to talk about is, what is brain power? So brain power is a social emotional learning training program. And we use mindfulness, we use many different techniques to move our body, to open our heart, to increase our brain power by using focusing activities, brain training, and we also really build with the community. So if you haven't worked with us, you'll really enjoy any of the exercises we do. As you can see, we have a lot of veterans on the call. It's because we really build kind of this family feel to what we do, okay? And so we go into schools and we help to train the teachers. We train the teachers so that they can then manage their own emotions better, their own ability to manage their students, and they teach it to the students. We teach to the students. We're very much a hands-on program. We like to give the teachers a lot of spacious watching of us in the classroom, so that they feel really comfortable then integrating the exercises throughout the day, throughout the year, and throughout many years that we continue our partnerships with schools. These are our 10 brain power themes that we use throughout the training of teachers. We use team building, physical health, focused mindfulness, emotional wellness. We build confidence. We pull out kids' creativity, pull out the inner greatness of our teachers, and that naturally changes. Their character helps everybody feel more open and warm, and then really evolves our understanding of ourselves as Earth citizens, people who consider themselves responsible, right, for how my energy is going to affect the whole world. So basically, that's what we do. And if you have more questions, we look forward to answering them. But for right now, I'm going to turn over tonight to Dave.
Right. Wonderful. Thank you, Becca. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dave Beal. I'm the Executive Director. Let's see if you guys can pin me. Very nice to see you all. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. And we're really excited and grateful for the opportunity to share some of the tools that we utilize with hundreds of schools around the country and tens of thousands of teachers and hundreds of thousands of students to help us to embrace challenges and to cultivate joy, even in the face, and I would say especially in the face of uncertainty with the pandemic and with the reacclimation process amid the trauma and loss that we've been referencing. So it's a great honor to be here with you today, and we really appreciate you all making the time to be here. So I just very briefly, and Becca, you can bring the slides up if you like. I started teaching, I actually celebrate my 20th anniversary this year as an educator, so I'm very excited for that. And I started teaching in 2002 in the 5th lowest performing school in New York City, which is in Brooklyn, in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. And I realized very early on that I needed tools to embrace challenges. I needed tools to create resiliency and optimism and to be able to lead with my heart and to inspire my students. And I needed those tools first and foremost for myself. So part of what we'll do today will be some self-care focused in tangible mind-body tools that we can use as educators to regulate our own emotional, physical, and mental energy. And then tools to connect with my students as well. So as Rebecca mentioned, we organize all of our training into these 10 Brain Power 10 themes. And next slide, please, Becca. And so we want to see first, if we're looking at embracing challenges and we're looking at cultivating joy and meeting the challenges that lie ahead of us. Well, I want to first take a moment to see how some of the activities that we're going to share with you today and some of the tools that we're going to share tonight and also in the course that many of you hopefully will register for, like how does this work? How does this impact our students' learning efficiency and their ability to embrace and meet challenges successfully? So the first thing, first thing is physical activity. So these are some of our awesome students in Queens and New York. So what research shows is that students who are physically active have higher levels of learning efficiency than students who aren't, right? So we know we feel good, obviously physically when we're exercising and when we're active, but it also improves our cognition, our ability to learn, and then also to problem solve. So next. Next thing is rapport and trust. So this is intuitive for many of us on the call, but it is important to show that that brain science supports this understanding that students who do have high levels of trust, both with their classmates and their teacher, they have much higher levels of learning and learning efficiency than students who don't, because they don't have to spend time kind of protecting themselves and putting up walls. They're able to really open up. And then, as any educator knows, the best way to learn is to make lots of mistakes, right? And so that's part of the learning process. And if you're not in a safe space where you can be vulnerable to that, you're simply not going to try at the same level as when you do feel a heart-centered connection to the other humans in the room. Next, please. And then that goes hand in hand with emotional regulation tools, right? So if we don't have these tools, we end up spending a lot of our time either disengaged or acting out aggressive behaviors or melting down, and it just takes us away from our goals, right? So through giving students some tangible emotional regulation tools, we're able to spend more time focused on our goals and focused on learning. And next. And mindfulness tools certainly have been proven to help not only students, but also educators as well, to stay focused, to manage our stress better, and to also have higher levels of learning efficiency. So we're going to practice some mindfulness tools tonight as well. And next, and then, yeah, we got Becca here with some of her awesome students in DC, just showing us about joy and fun and how important it is to cultivate that with intention. So we may be feeling, some angst. We may be, everything that was listed, I was kind of reading through the chat from, vaccine mandates and mask mandates and teaching in a socially distanced setting and having to push into classrooms rather than our comfort level of students coming to our space. And there's so many challenges here, but I think what I've been saying lately with the teachers and principals that we've been consulting, there's two things that are for sure for this upcoming year. So one is, in addition to the challenges we currently know about, we are guaranteed that there will be some unforeseen challenges that we may not even be able to project at this point, right? So by November, we may be facing new situations, right? So there's going to be new challenges. That's true any year, but certainly during a pandemic, that's certainly true. So that's one truism. The second truism is, if we can keep ourselves and our students physically, emotionally, and mentally healthy and create an atmosphere of joy where we all want to be there, we feel taken care of, we feel seen and heard and valued, then we are going to be able to meet those challenges together as a community. And then we can actually, the title of this is to embrace challenges, right? And so not only kind of seeing a challenge as something to push through or something to get over or get past, but actually to really embrace as a stepping stone for my growth. So as a professional, as an educator, how can these unforeseen challenges, how can they help me to create more self-compassion? How can they help me to, even in the face of various emotions that I'm experiencing, still pull out that optimism and that hope and that positivity, right? So this can help me to grow as a person and as an educator. Next, please. All right, and then we're going to do a little bit today, a couple of activities based again in neuroscience that help us to feel the value of neuroplasticity and our ability to adapt and change. So many of the challenges that we face are rooted in change. And it's helpful, I think, to understand from a scientific perspective that our brain actually craves change. We crave novelty, we crave newness. So if we can kind of see that the hallmark of the human brain is to continue to grow and to create new synaptic connections, and that we have the potential to create as many connections within our 3-pound brain as there are number of stars and 1,500 Milky Way galaxies. It's pretty empowering and pretty inspiring. So I think that's really an important understanding and foundation from science, that we are designed for this. We are designed to grow through challenge. Next. All right, so I think we're and then the last one here is we believe in the power of joy and fun. So to help us to be at our best cognitively, we need to be at our best physically and emotionally. There's just an innate connection. So we talk a lot about the brain-gut connection. So our endorphins, 90% of our serotonin is produced in the gut, 50% of our dopamine is produced in the gut. So some of these simple physical exercises that we're going to practice today are not only good for us physically, but they create the chemistry that our brain needs to stay focused, to stay alert, and to stay happy. And so, we believe that joy and fun can help us to reduce stress and anxiety. It also supports trauma-informed teaching, as well as culturally responsive teaching. So a lot of the literature from Dr. Zaretta Hammond around culturally responsive teaching talks about the collectivist mentality rather than the individualistic mentality, and creating a safe space of joy, and where students can have agency. So the brain breaks and mindfulness exercises that students actually lead in their classrooms are also a culturally responsive practice that you can develop in your classroom to give them not only agency and autonomy, but also to let them authentically lead that activity. Because if that child growing up in that neighborhood is going to lead that activity differently than you are, right? So rather than having everything be top down, we want to give these tools to our students to develop their leadership and represent themselves authentically. So yes, I think that's kind of the information that we wanted to give you. So it's a lot of hopefully meaningful and useful information, and we want to ground that information in some practice now, which is the more fun part in my experience. Are you guys ready for a little bit of experiential learning now? Yeah, okay, I see a couple of nods and thumbs up and a couple of smiles. So I'm going to go with that, right? And then thank you guys so much for being here. We put the slides down, and then I'm going to stay spotlighted so you guys can see, can maybe try to see me, but I'm going to actually have a gallery view where we can really see each other and create some joy together. So we're gonna, let me just check the chat. Yeah, okay, awesome. Yeah, awesome, MC. Let's create some joy together. We're on the same page. So I'm going to ask you first to make some space. We're going to start with a little bit of simple movement. So if you can create some space, those of you who are joining us, from the car or from a space where it's not safe to move, you can certainly modify and participate at the level that you're comfortable. All right. So now, as we stand up, I want you to just gently shake out your hands and feet. Okay, great. And we're gonna first just loosen up the body a little bit. So if you guys can follow me, go side to side, we're gonna bend the knees and we're gonna bounce the knees a little. All right, and we're gonna grab the floor with our toes. And as you gently sway side to side, I want you to focus on your breath. And with each exhalation, I want you to let go a little bit more tension or stress that you may have experienced today. And just feel your body, feel your lower back, feel your waist, feel your hips. And now we're going to come up to chest height, gently bouncing the knees. Good. Opening up the heart. Very good, everybody. And then you get extra credit for smiling, guys. Extra credit. All right. Let's intentionally create joy. Let's create that positive brain chemistry with a smile. And breathing and moving and opening. So feel your lungs, feel your heart. And now we're going to come all the way up over the head, feeling your upper back, your spine, your shoulders. Just feel any heaviness. As you move your body, just feel all the heaviness releasing through your fingertips. And we're going to come back to chest height again. Some nice deep breaths here as we open up our heart. Yes, we got a big year ahead of us. So we got to keep emptying and keep opening. And now we're going to come back to our waist again. And slowly return. Excellent job, everyone. Now let's take a deep breath together, breathing in through your nose, opening up your lungs. And breathe out. Again, deep breath in, breathing in through your nose, feel your whole body opening up. And exhale. Okay, awesome. So now guys, thumbs up if you're ready to have a little bit of fun with me. Anybody? We're gonna have some fun? Okay, cool. You remember Simon Says when we're kids, right? Okay, Rick is like, I am a kid. That's right. All right, so now we're gonna play Brain Power Says, all right? Same rules, okay? You're gonna follow what I say, not necessarily what I do, all right? So let's see how this works, all right? So we're gonna start out nice and easy. So Brain Power Says, hands forward. Brain Power Says side. Brain Power Says up. Yeah, Brain Power Says down. And Brain Power Says smile. All right, you guys are very good at this game. All right, Brain Power Says front. Brain Power Says side. Brain Power Says up. Brain Power Says down. All right, cool. All right, let's try, see if I can trick anybody. Go a little faster this round. Brain Power Says front. Brain Power Says side. Brain Power Says front. Brain Power Says side. Brain Power Says front. Brain Power Says side. Oh, where's the side? Okay, good. Rixa knows. I can't fool you, Rixa. All right. Brain Power Says front. Brain Power Says down. Brain Power Says side. Brain Power Says front. Brain Power Says down. Brain Power Says side. Brain Power Says front. Brain Power Says down. Yes, very good job, guys. All right, shake it out. And now, can I get a little elbow bump, please? A little elbow bump all the way from Costa Rica, from Germany, from Texas. Love it. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Let's take another deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And now we're going to keep warming our bodies up a little bit as we warm up our brain and practice some neuroplasticity. So first, we're going to work on our neck and shoulders. If you can bring your hands to your waist and then very gently just rotate the neck, nice and easy. We're going to gently breathe in through the nose as you come back and exhale as you come forward. And just feel your neck. Feel any stiffness, any tension in your neck. And just breathe out through your mouth. And as you exhale, imagine all the tension from that part of your neck is releasing. Very good job. When you're ready, we're going to reverse direction, nice and easy. Breathing in as you come back. And gently exhaling as you come forward. 3 more gentle rotations, loosening up the neck. Wonderful job. 1 more big rotation here. And exhale and slowly return. And now gently looking left and right. Feel your neck hopefully feels a little looser and a little lighter. Awesome job. And now we're going to open up our chest with the next exercise. When we feel stressed and anxious, typically our chest becomes blocked, which slows down the energy circulation between our brain and body. So we're going to open up our upper back and our chest now. So bending your knees, you're going to cross your wrists in front of you. And now you're going to bring your elbows back, gently back. Good. Nice and easy. Gently bending the knees, little bounce, and feel your upper back. And then breathe and smile, guys. Breathe and smile for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. 6. All right, guys. 7, 8. Good job, Jade. 9 and 10. And now we're going to bring our palms up like this. We're going to focus on our heart, and we're going to open up our arms to the side like this. All right. Gently just crossing our wrists one over the other, and then opening up the chest. And you're going to exhale through your mouth. Really feel your chest opening up, letting go all your anxiety and tension for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job, guys. 9 and 10. Yes, Karen. I know we get extra credit for smiling, guys. We're going to keep going. And now we're going to alternate. So you're going to cross the wrist. We're going to go back for 2. And then with your palms up, you're going to open your chest for 2. Okay, so let's try. Ready? 1, 2, switch. 3, 4, switch. 5, 6. Good job. 7, 8, 9. Feels so good. Let's run it back. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and return. Very good job. Take a deep breath with me here. Breathing in And breathe out. Once more, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, so now we're gonna practice, while we still stand, we're gonna practice some awesome neuroplasticity exercise to connect the left and right hemispheres of the brain. All right, so for the first one is going to be our harmony claps. All right, so we're gonna use our whole body for this. This is really great for kinesthetic learners. Also, you can teach this to teach math skills like skip counting, which we're gonna practice in a little bit. So your feet are gonna be shoulder width apart. And then first, we're gonna clap in front of our head, right? And I want you, even though you're on mute, I want you to say 1, and then clap behind the head, 2, in front of the core, 3, and behind the lower back, 4. All right, so we're gonna do that again. And even though you're on mute, if you can count with me, please. We're gonna count 1, behind the head, 2, 3, and 4. Good. 1, 2, 3. Very good job, guys. 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, fist bump, guys. Well done, everyone. Thank you. Wonderful. And now we're going to work down to the lower half of the body for 5, 6, 7, 8. And it looks like this. We're going to raise one leg up, clap under the knee for 5, then 6 in front of your chest, 7, and 8. All right, let's keep practicing. So it's 5, 6, good, 7, 8. Excellent. 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good job, guys. Clap for yourself. Well done. Well done. So now we're going to put it all together. Okay. So we're going to take it nice and slow, but we're going to work our way from the top to our lower half, going through all 8 steps. All right. So please continue to count out loud. Ready? Let's begin. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great. 6, 7, and 8. Good job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. 7 and 8. Good job for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to count by 2. Ready? 2, 4, 6. Good job, guys. 8. Excellent. 10, 12, 14, and 16. And now keep smiling, keep going. If you make a mistake, you can just smile even bigger. And now we're going to try by 3s. Ready? So it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24. And now let's count by 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, great, 20, 24, 28, awesome. And last one, let's go by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, good, 25, 30, yeah, 35, 40. 5 more, ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, good, 25, 30, 30, a little bit faster. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Awesome job. Clap it up for your friends, guys. You guys did awesome. Let's take a deep breath in through your nose. And breathe out. One more time. Deep breath in. And exhale. Wonderful job, guys. So now, by a show of hands, if you could feel a little bit of a challenge as you put those pieces together, the 1 through 8, right? Could you feel a little bit of a challenge, right? Okay. And then hopefully, as we kept going, as we kept smiling, as we kept breathing, you could feel that it got a little bit easier, right? So there's 3 we recommend for resiliency and for brain training with our students. There's 3 simple tools that we utilize, super simple. So the first one is smiling. So we talked about some of the science behind cultivating joy. with our neurochemistry. So when we smile, many of us know, regardless of whether that's an authentic smile in the moment or you're just physically simulating a smile, you're changing your brain chemistry, right? So you're creating endorphins that improve your learning efficiency, right? So the first one is to smile, and then eventually you're actually feeling that authentic happiness, right? So first one is smiling. Second one is to breathe out, right? So the second tip, to breathe out, to let go the stress that you're holding onto as you're facing that challenge, that difficulty, right? And then the third thing is our self-talk. What we learned from about negativity bias is that 70% of our subconscious internal chatter tends to be negative, right? And so we want to kind of intentionally and proactively change that. So while we're engaged in a difficult exercise, we teach our kids the simple mantra that my brain loves challenges, right? So it can also be, I got this, or I'm smart, or, I believe in myself, or this is getting easier, something positive to help us to keep going and to help us to keep persevering. Okay, so now we're going to try another one of these mental challenges. For this one, we can come back to our seats. Thank you so much, guys, for standing. And for this one, I invite you to come back to your seat with me. All right, and then by a show of hands, if you, as we engage in this new school year, if you would like to help to cultivate peace within yourself and your students, can you raise your hand? All right, and then as we engage in this new school year, if you want to lead from your heart and lead with love, can I see your hand? All right, so this is your exercise, because this exercise is called Peace, I Love You. So this is a great way to practice resiliency while also sharing peace and love. So first thing is we're going to practice the peace sign. So if you can show me your peace sign like this. All right, wonderful. All right, I see Joanna Mora, one of our amazing principals in District 9 representing. I see you representing the Bronx. So good. And now we're going to do I love you in American Sign Language. So it's I, and then L for love, and then the U, and we put it together like this. So I love you is like this. Okay. Wonderful. So now we're going to just practice moving back and forth. So as we use our hands and we use the left and right hemisphere of the brain, we're helping to create these new synapses and kind of embracing this challenge. So I want you to start with the peace sign. So show everybody. So peace. Awesome. And then I love you. Yeah, so good. And peace. I see that smile, Lila. I'm loving that. And I love you. Awesome job. So good, Alex. So good, Karen. Ready? Peace. Yes. And I love you. Yeah, Alex, you have a helper. I love that. And peace. And one more. I love you. Okay, great work, great work. And just shake out your hands. So good, so good. And now we're halfway through. We're going to try one more round. I want you to notice when you're practicing something new, am I getting a little tense in my shoulders? Am I holding my breath a little bit? Is my head starting to get a little hot? Right? So we're going to keep practicing these three things: to smile, to breathe out, and to send positive self-talk, right? And now we're going to do round 2. It's going to be a little more challenging. So who has an idea? How can we make this exercise more challenging than this? This is already kind of tough, right? How can we make it more challenging? Any ideas? I think, oh man, yes, Alex got it. Marcella's got it. We're going to do opposite things with each hand, right? So we're going to bring up one hand and put out your peace. And then the other hand, I love you. And now this is super fun. So tell yourself, this is super fun. I got this. My brain loves challenges. And then when you're ready, we're just going to switch. Yeah. Nice. Oh, Taryn, I see it's been a minute. It's going to come back. Don't worry. It's going to come back. It's coming back. You got this synapse. All right. And then we're going to switch again. Yes. Good stuff, Rixa. I love it. And again, switch. Yeah, Jade's following her own rhythm. I love this, guys. So let's have some fun. All right. So you go at your own pace. We'll try for about 20 seconds and then just have a lot of fun. Mistakes are learning. Right? Mistakes are learning. So good, so good. Nice. Yes, Jade. Good job, good job. Good job, Sabina. Yes. Awesome. Let's try to do 3 more if you can. 3 more. Good. 1 more. And shake it out. Okay, wonderful job, guys. Please pat yourself on the back. I did a good job. On the shoulder. Okay, I did a good job. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so we're gonna just take a moment, and then I'd love to see in the chat any reflections on that. So we tried a couple of pretty challenging exercises, right? So what came up for you, and were you able to utilize any of the tools that we practice, right? So we practice smiling and breathing out, positive self-talk. So anything, any awakening from that activity, if you can share in the chat. Okay, it's fun. That's great, Jade. So that's your mindset, Jade, right? One person says it's fun. One person says, it's too hard. I don't want to do it, right? So your comment is actually showing more about you than the activity, right? Wonderful. Okay. Love the positive messages and encouragement. Really fun. Okay. Okay. Love challenges. All right. Yeah, this one was really tough. You guys did way better or much faster than me when I first started, right? So it's normal to feel that kind of confusion, right? And then for many of us, especially rooted in our trauma, when we experience something challenging, we have stories, right, about why it's challenging and about our success. So actually the smiling, the breathing out, and the positive self-talk are ways for us to circumvent some of those less helpful stories and actually to start to create a different narrative that's a little more supportive of our authentic self and our success. Yes, awesome job, guys. Okay, wonderful. So now we're going to keep going with some mindfulness training now as well. So cultivating joy is not only about some mental flexibility and becoming more adaptable. It's also about relieving the tension that inevitably accumulates throughout the day and releasing so that we can stay open. So I mentioned at the very onset when we started doing the simple arm swinging and chest opening exercises, if we're going to cultivate joy, it doesn't mean that we turn a blind eye to stress and to hurt and to pain, right? Quite the opposite. Cultivating joy doesn't mean being oblivious to those things, and being peaceful doesn't mean putting your head in the sand and pretending that things are okay. We need to feel. We are people that as educators, we're intentionally putting ourselves in stressful environments, many of us. And so it's very normal for us to experience that pain and joy and pain and challenges that are around us, for sure. The key though is to try to circulate and let that go, to not attach to that. So we're going to practice that now. We're going to practice some simple exercises called brain tapping. We're going to do a little bit of chest opening again, and then some grounding exercises to help to release that tension so it doesn't accumulate. And then when we do that, then we can naturally feel what's underneath that tension and stress, which is our pure heart, which is meant to be joyful. So if you can sit up straight, we're going to practice first brain tapping, which is a really simple exercises rooted in Asian health theory, which is designed to help us to open up the more than 50 energy points in our brain to help circulate blood, oxygen, and energy to our brain. So we're going to gently shake out our hands, relax your wrists, relax your elbows, and relax the shoulders. And now with loose fists, or excuse me, with bent fingers rather, we're going to gently begin tapping the top of our head. And then if you're comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes so you can really tune in to the feeling of vibration as you tap. So just feel that gentle vibration that your tapping is producing, and just allow that vibration to open up all the energy points that you're tapping. Now we're going to tap the side of our head and focusing not only on the vibration, but also focusing on your exhalation. And as you breathe out, I want you to imagine it's as if you're opening a window in a stuffy room, letting out all the tension. Now let's tap behind the head where the neck meets the skull. And just finding, where am I holding tension? Where do I feel any pain or tension? And through your gentle tapping, you're creating healthy circulation to release that tension and to open up these energy points. So your brain is only 2% of your body weight, but it requires 20% of your body's energy. So through this tapping, we're opening up positive energy circulation so we can refresh our brain. Now we're going to come just above the forehead to your prefrontal cortex. And as you tap here, just allow that gentle rhythm and gentle vibration to relax your prefrontal cortex. This is your executive functioning, Your decision-making center, and just tune in to that rhythm of tapping. You have thousands of choices that you made today, and you have thousands more in front of you. So as you tap here, just completely reset. Let go any judgment, any tension, any worry. Just feel your prefrontal cortex relaxing and opening. And by connecting with that rhythm, your brainwave frequency is gently slowing down from the busy waves of beta to the more relaxed and focused waves of alpha. And now if you're wearing glasses, you can set them down for a moment. We're going to tap our temples. And this is a simple focusing, boosting exercise, connecting with both hemispheres, gently tapping away all the tension in your temples. And gently to your forehead, connecting with your insight and creativity. Excellent. Now let's give some love to our eyes, tapping your eyebrows. Now just all around the eyes, tapping away any tension, any tiredness, any strain from the screen time. Just feel your eyes relaxing and releasing. Now to your face, to your cheeks, to your sinuses, anywhere you feel any pressure, to your jaw, gently tap and breathe and just circulate that healthy energy. Now gently just sweep your face. Relax your neck. You can rest your hands down on your lap and gently move your head side to side, relaxing your neck, relaxing your brain. And you can feel any changes in your brain. You can feel maybe a little lighter and a little brighter. Excellent. And now just resting your hands on your knees or your lap. If you're comfortable, you can keep your eyes closed or you can look at one spot. And now we're going to come to our breath. I'm going to do simple breathing technique called 4-part breathing. Gently breathing in through the nose. Have a gentle pause at the top of the breath and then exhale through the mouth. And then stay empty at the bottom for a moment before breathing in again. So in through the nose, gentle pause, long exhalation through the mouth, and staying empty just for a moment at the bottom of the breath. So allow your focus to stay with each part of each breath. As you breathe in, you can feel the gentle rising in your abdomen and chest. As you exhale through your mouth, feel that nice release of any pressure in your body. And just feel the peace and solitude at the bottom of the breath before breathing in again. All day long, I have been breathing by bringing my conscious awareness to each breath. I feel my mind coming forward. Feel my awareness coming inside. You can feel the changes in your body and mind as you stay with each part of each breath. The gentle rise, long exhalation, and just the pause, staying empty for a moment. Feel the peace there. As you stay connected with this rhythm and cycle of breathing and this life inside of this body, you can feel as you breathe in, it's as if you're bringing in that fresh energy to animate this body. And as you exhale, you can feel naturally your body and mind want to let go. So now, as you exhale, I want you to give yourself permission to let go of anything that's standing in your way of your joy. Any anxiety, any self-doubt, any tiredness, any frustration. Just looking honestly and non-judgmentally inside at what I have and anything that's not serving me as I breathe out through my mouth. I give myself permission to let go, to empty. Feel as you empty out all of that tension or any emotion. Feel the space in your heart, space in your mind. And now we're going to lean into that space that we've created here. As I empty out what I don't want, anything that's holding me back, we're going to lean into what I do want. Now, I invite you to imagine in front of your forehead, you have your brain screen, like a movie screen, bright and clear. We're going to use the power of our imagination to envision what we do want to create this year. As I've let go of my fear, my anxiety, or my frustration, now it's time for me to fill that space that I've created with what I want. I want you to see yourself on your brain screen, happy, healthy, bright, full of love and optimism, full of passion. And I want you to see yourself sharing that energy of positivity, of love, of connectedness with your students and with your colleagues. And even in uncertain times, even in new surroundings, new dynamics and situations, see yourself sharing your heart, sharing your brightness, with a smile, with an encouraging word, with an open heart, being there for your students and your colleagues. And see yourself creating the space, creating the atmosphere and environment that you truly want, full of hope, full of health and happiness. And see the changes taking place inside of your students. Please see everything that you want to create coming true and on your brain screen. As if you're watching a movie that you are directing. Now, as you keep envisioning what you want on your brain screen, please bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your abdomen. Feel the connection through your body, through your heart, and through your brain, integrating these three aspects, integrating this power to create what I truly want. And as you envision all of these positive outcomes for your students, this positive environment in your school of healing, of love, please feel that healing and love in your heart. Feel that excitement and that energy in your body. And in your heart, naturally, you can feel gratitude. Gratitude for this moment, not only in my life, but in human history. This moment to overcome and to show up for the students who need me most, and to create something beautiful from our pain, to create something new, different, to reimagine something healthier and more healing. Let's take 3 deep breaths here as we celebrate our limitless ability to create what we want. As we embrace everything in front of us as stepping stones for our growth. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here, grounding in our abdomen, opening our heart, feeling that brightness in our brain. And slowly now just swoop down from your chest to your abdomen and clasping your fingers and gently stretching side to side. And slowly return. Wonderful job, everyone. And now, if you feel so inclined in the chat room, if you can share a little bit about your experience with the exercises that we practiced, right? Whether it's the brain exercise or the mindfulness training, or if you want to share a little bit about how you're feeling now, or about what you were able to envision on your brain screen. Thank you, Jade. Thank you, Julie. That's beautiful. Loved it. Okay, awesome. Yay, Rixa. You feel relieved. I'm going to come back to that, Rixa. What you said is really important. Feel relieved. So, Rixa, did we go back to school yet or not yet? Not yet, right? But you feel different now. Is that right? So, what's creating that anxiety in us? Actually, it's already inside of us, right? So that feeling of being relieved, what that means is you have the ability to switch and you have the ability to change inside. And when we can do that, when we can change the internal conditions, then we have the power to impact the external conditions, right? So whether we're students, whether we're teachers, we're co-creating that space that we're sharing together. That was awesome, Rixa. Very calming. Awesome, Dawn. Feel lighter, Taryn. Me too. Full of possibilities. I love it. Yeah, Marcella, thank you for that. Thank you, Karen. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm gonna now, I appreciate everyone sharing, and I really appreciate everyone participating the way that you did, and I'm gonna turn it back over to Rebecca, who can share a little bit about our upcoming course for those of you who are interested, so that we can learn more of these tools to share this school year. So thank you so much, Becca.
Thank you, Dave. That was a wonderful session. So first of all, thank you all for sharing also before in the chat. Express out loud everything that people were writing, but we all have a lot of challenges. And as Dave said to Rixa, right, no matter what happens outside of us, we have this amazing choice we can make to how am I going to face it? How am I going to embrace it? And to that aim, we would like to invite you all to participate if If you haven't already, or if you would like to join our course, I'm going to share my screen. We have an upcoming course. Okay, so thank you for joining us. We're so happy to have you all here tonight. And we have a wonderful training coming up. And this training is our teacher course, our online teacher course. So we're going to put 2 links in the chat right now. The first is, I believe the first, right, Maria Claudia, is the feedback form. So if you really liked tonight and you would like to tell us about your experience tonight, and you fill out the form and you want to take the course, you will get 10% off of the course. And the second link that she's going to put in is, what is this course? So all of our online courses, they start with these sessions where we get to know each other and you guys get to know a little bit more about us. And then we also want to introduce you to our 6-week program. It's actually a 10-week program, but it's 6 weeks of working with social emotional wellness through 3 live sessions, 12 hours, which you can spaciously take. It takes about 2 hours a week. We have 50 instructional videos, many self-care sessions that can lead you, for your own well-being throughout the year. In this course, we dive more into trauma-informed classroom management, and as well as culturally responsive classroom management strategies. We talk about multiple intelligence tips, which is very important because we have such a diverse group of kids, right, in any classroom. You get a lot of materials digitally, flashcards, binder, and really important, you have access to our online community. So when you click on the form, and you can be filling it out right now as we speak, then remember you'll get a 10% off discount. So the second link, you can just click on it and you can read more about the course and read what people have said about us. And if you have any questions, and of course, we're always ready and excited to speak with you about your interests and how you would like to grow further. So for example, I saw somebody, Dawn, she said that she really wants to learn about going back in person, but people can't touch each other, right? So how do you modify physical exercise? This is really, really something that our team has put a lot of thought into. We've been focusing on modifications throughout the pandemic. And so we hope that for that reason and many others, you choose to take the course with us. And we're just really grateful that you came tonight. So thank you so much. And
I think we wanted to, Becca, while people are filling out the feedback form, we wanted to see if there are any questions. You can put in the chat room, and we'd be happy to address any questions that folks may have while you're filling out the feedback form. It just takes literally 1 minute to fill out the form. So we can do that, and we can field any questions people have while we fill out the form. Right. Looks like we're feeling very quiet, which is also beautiful. And we need that.
Would you mind mentioning that we also have a professional level that people can look forward to reading about?
Yeah, of course. So this course that starts September 22nd is our introductory online course, and we also have a certified professional course as well. This initial course is a prerequisite for that, so it's a great way to kind of see, how you enjoy that course and that learning, and then see if you would want to take our advanced course, which empowers you to be a professional instructor and to help school communities in your area. With their health and wellness and teaching mindfulness to them. Yeah. So we'll see. Any questions? You guys don't have anything right now, right? It's also good to be a little empty too. Hey, Joanna. Joanna, you look great. Only a couple of days back, you look ready. Your kids at Mount Hall are lucky. When the principal looks that bright, then we know it's going to be a good school year.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's great to see you. Great to have you here. Awesome. All right, and then if we can put in the chat the contact email as well. So if you do have any questions, maybe afterwards you can think of or you want to stay in touch with us, then you can feel free to reach out to us at contact@brainpowerwellness.com. And we'd love to stay in contact with you and build this movement of mindfulness and holistic wellness all together. So we want to be mindful of our time. We really appreciate you all joining us tonight, and look forward to reading your feedback and then staying in touch with many of you and training with many of you starting September 22nd. So, but let's open up our mic here, and we can say a proper farewell for now to our friends here.